Oh my god. We're too late. They're dead. Ha 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 ha. So, hey, do you know what a friend of mine taught me the other day how to focus the camera? And I should have known this a long time ago, but now I can. Let's focus on him. Let's focus on him. Hey, I said focus on him. I'm going for the one at the bottom, the far bottom left. He doesn't want to. They're like, no, he's two over there. What are you thinking, Giles? All right, let's go on him. Ha 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 ha. Nothing can stop me now. So, we're going to go through them individually, because why not? Yes. You might notice I've got some white paint. It's because I've been undercoating. We'll see that in a moment. It's a rubbery miniature, this guy. All these miniatures are like different, by the way. Are like different manufacturer. Or I think he belongs... You can see the brickwork stand. I haven't been bothered to paint the brickwork stand, but you can see these are all part of the same one. This one... This was... I think I explained in the last video. These were kind of cool because... They were very cheap, like very, very cheap. And they were obviously, because they're so sort of skinny, they were sort of made as a single print, 6 of them together. So the manufacturer was able to print them in one go and then send them out. So they were like really mega cheap. But I mean, for me, I'm looking to build a skeleton village, and this is as basic of a skeleton as you can get for your village. You know, even that stand is a bit august for him, but I gave it to him because, you know, he's got friends that required a wider base. And I was like, you know, this guy was made in the same batch. Why should he have, you know, just because he's standing a bit wider, made me feel like I was leaving the other guy out. I really do have some strange politics in my head. But there's another one of the brickworks guys. He's kind of rubbery, this guy. You see his sword there. But I mean, I'm not exactly gonna be too rough with him or sit on him anytime soon. Actually, you know how I did? He probably just bounced straight back up. So that's pretty good. Unlike Brittle Boy over here. He, again, I think I explained this in the last video. He has a stand that came with him. I glued it onto his new stand, and I used Milliput to build around his original stand, and it's created a sort of booster seat for him. So now he can stand next to this bloke, unafraid and not judged. This bloke actually... You might notice he's kind of got a he has a different skull to all the others. I think he's some kind of monkey. I think he's a monkey skeleton, and that is the only monkey skeleton in the skeleton village. So that's quite prestigious. Quite prestigious. But yeah, they're not too bad. I think the Game Wash has done a lot of justice, and it's a handy way to paint when you want to build up your skeleton collection. You know, because it's the because the Game Wash is going to go, it's going to go through the cracks of all the bones and the rib cages and all the rest of it. For those of you that don't know my very simple method of painting, and I like to keep it simple because I like to enjoy myself, it is just, I take Vallejo white, slightly watered down, slap that on a model. I don't like to use spray primer because I don't know. I think it takes ages, and that's weird because people go, no, it only takes a couple of seconds. No, but it's an event, isn't it? It's an event you have to sort of gear yourself up for, and you're like, right, I've got to get up, get my stupid cardboard box or whatever it is. I put the miniatures on, and then you got to spray it, and then you spray it from all the different corners, and then you got to turn it all, and then you oh, it didn't get it all. Oh, it didn't get it. Oh, didn't it? Does that mean you do it again? I don't know. You did you do it from the right angle, or did you do it from the wrong angle? You know, I mean, it's just, and by the time you've done that, you just like, it's would have taken me 2 seconds with the bloody white, and I could have just done it myself. So why you do that? This guy's pretty cool. He's like a signpost. He came with a scenery set, actually, but of course I'm the Skeleton Village, so we're going to name him, and he's probably going to talk to people. But yeah, I do slightly watered down Vallejo White. I then colour in, like a colouring in book. I don't mix any colours, I just use the basic colours. And when that's done, I hit it with Game Wash, which is, as my friend calls it, talent in a bottle. Don't take that too far to the bank. And after the Game Wash, I then apply varnish. My varnish is just gloss varnish, simple that. I like to keep it simple because I like to enjoy myself, and I like the colours to pop properly on the miniatures, which is why I feel like, the weird thing is, I feel like the more technical you get with painting, the worse your miniatures look to me, because they look dull. And I don't, maybe it's something to do with autism or something like that. You know, I'm autistic, and there's something, I look at it and I go, this is dull, this is boring, I don't like it. And so I make something I do like. Now, onto the piece of scenery. You probably noticed this from the last video is here. Why is this here? Well, let's start with this. I thought this turned out quite well, considering. Unfortunately, I got some white blobs on it because I started undercoating something else after I finished doing this, and I unfortunately got some dots on it. You can see a little bit there and a little bit there. I'm pointing with my grotesque nail. But other than that, I thought it turned out okay. I'm not great with scenery. I'm slowly getting better with scenery. We take a look inside it, and this was kind of fun. But the thing is, as well, though, yay! That looks kind of cool, doesn't it? I'll just do that. Yeah. That's not very detailed in there. I really had to guess what things were. And you can see I really have been quite sloppy, but I don't care. The way I see it, if I'm sloppy at everything will fit together. That is my stupid philosophy, and I'm going to stick with it. But yeah, so we're on our way, because we've got this. We've got, I don't know if you can see it, the duck pond over there, and the tree over there. That skull over there. I didn't paint that. That's just, it came like that. Although I now I think about it, I should stick it somewhere in the Skeleton Village. And yeah, I brought this other piece just to demonstrate the sort of visuals we're getting when it comes to, you know, your Skeleton Village. If you imagine like a road between those two, or maybe at the front, maybe a garden here, or a pond. We have a pond. And it's going to just be a giant diorama with skeletons on it. I don't know. I really didn't have to explain that, but I just had this overwhelming urge to do so today. So, yes, just try and picture more buildings. These two wouldn't be next to each other. They're just too different. I painted them far too differently. I think there's going to be clans, I think. I've only decided this because the other guys were like blue and gold, and these guys are sort of, they've got like a red colour to them, and they look like they live here, you know, and yes. So the giant skeletons, they all sleep under there. These guys, they all pile in there, and that's probably why all the paintwork looks so nasty, because it gets sweaty and horrible in there. But yes, these are from the blue people, we'll call them, and these are the red people. Now, what's up next? It's not skeletons next. It's actually, I don't know why I'm gasping like that. It's been not skeletons until now, until the previous lot. Before that, it was who the hell was it? Oh, it was all the sci-fi guys, wasn't it? We did the sci-fi guys, and I forget who was before the sci-fi guys. The villagers, and they were just normal fleshy villagers. Ugh. But this time, over here, zombies. That's right, zombies. I'll just show you him, because they all kind of look like him, just, you know, striking different poses. And that is the extent of my lazy undercoat. I just wanted to put something on there. And look at this guy. He's obviously a little bit higher caliber than the rest of them. He might be the boss. I'm not sure. I want the zombies to be purple. Because I do, and I don't think he's going to be purple, so I think he may remain unrelated. This is the advantage of not mixing paints, by the way. It means that if I just keep using the same boring colours, more and more characters will start to match each other in the end, you know? Like, if I've got too many blue guys, they're going to gravitate towards the blue thing. Too many guys in red, they'll gravitate towards the red thing. Maybe they got it'll work out. It will work out. There is a method to my mad. There is no method to my madness. It's just madness. But they got this guy. This guy is quite interesting, actually, because literally before I started painting him, I thought to myself, this bloke's going to be a chore. And as soon as I got the undercoat on him, I was like, oh, well, there's all the detail. This shouldn't be too bad. So that's kind of weird. He was because he's another sort of weird rubbery one. I don't have a lot of knowledge when it comes to 3D printing. Two people now have tried to explain to me how you get rubbery miniatures, but I nearly fell into a coma because I can't keep my attention that well. This is the first miniature to use the chubby paints, and it's because it's not a miniature; it's a massivature. So I got these paints up here. These are the Vallejo paints that I usually use, and I found these chunkies in a drawer. I don't know. I'm not sure how long I've owned them, and I'm not sure where I got them from. But here they are, and they're willing to give it their all. This, if it'll go on. Yeah. So this is what I used to undercoat that with, taking into account that it was a fatty. So I got out the chunky paint. But the thing is, I've had this chunky paint for ages, and it came out like mousse. It was, it did not behave like normal paint. I don't know if, I don't really know like the sell-by dates of paints or anything like that, but something went wrong, and it did not behave like normal paint. But I still got the undercoat on, and I think it's still going to work. And what I'm probably going to do, because it's a sort of rocky area, I'm probably going to hit it with the black, possibly water the black down a little bit so we get more of a grey. There's some skeletons down there. I think I'm going to go back to the khaki Vallejo and do those in khaki. And there are some vines, but I am worried about how they'll turn out, given that you can see the printing, the 3D printing lines. The past couple of times I've dealt with those where the game wash is concerned, it didn't turn out too bad. Hang on a sec. Over here. This is where I'm so disorganized. I've just like piled all my finished stuff over here. But the tree. I believe was the last culprit. And I think we got away with it because it was dark. But you can see print. Can you see print lines on it? I'm looking through what you're looking through, so we maybe both spot it. It doesn't. It's not too noticeable. Maybe down here where I wasn't as great when it came to putting colour on it. But that's sort of a similar print job to this, although it's considerably smaller. You can see how big the bloody thing is now. So it's probably going to be that, but grey. I might put a sandy effect down here. I'm not sure. But this is part one of what it is, because the other part is over here. It's a skull. I can I touch it yet? All right, we'll give that a go. And that goes on there. I don't know how it's gonna enjoy itself with paint on it, but yeah, we're gonna. I think the whole thing is, I'm caught because I do like the khaki for the so that's fucking the crap out of me. Oh god. I've got to open my Nescafe now. That's right. I wash my brushes in, but I can't do this with 3 fingers. All right, I'll do it in a second. It's not like that brush is going to self-destruct just because I didn't rinse it immediately. But yeah, I would prefer the Vallejo khaki on the skull, but that's a lot of surface area to get that khaki color on it. I think I'm just going to go with a little bit of white and mix it with the yellow, with a tiny bit of yellow. And this, I want to show you this actually, because this has filled me with so much unhappiness. I ordered a handle. This is a miniatures handle, so you would turn that, and these things would go in and out to hold whatever miniature you wanted it to hold. But as I do this, first of all, it's badly designed because your fingers actually have to hit the things that you're expanding as you're turning this, and one of them, I believe it's this one. No, it's this one. This one over here has broken. And this is really the cheapest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, there we go. And it's 3D printed. And I think somebody, possibly Ashwood, has just sort of made this 3D model, printed it, and now a whole load of fuckers are selling it online. And it's to be honest, it's a job I would not put down to 3D printing, but people have done it anyway. So, boo-hoo! I'm angry, and I'm gonna get a better one. But until then, it does do a good job of holding my skull in place. Not my skull, but this skull, because I don't want him to dry on there. It will be like glue, wouldn't it? There you go. There we go. See? It's good for something. £8. £8, and all it does is hold your skull off the ground. Jesus. My spine does that, and it cost me nothing. Yes, that's all I have for you today. Stay cool, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'm not really sure what that means. Yeah.